Did you know that your liver can be failing, and you might not feel a thing until it's almost too late? That's what makes liver disease so dangerous. You might brush off symptoms like fatigue or itchy skin as nothing serious, when in reality, your body is quietly signaling that your liver is struggling to function. One of the signs we'll talk about today is so commonly ignored that even experienced doctors sometimes miss it. And I'll tell you right now, don't ignore number 3. It's subtle but incredibly important. Here's why this matters. Liver disease is often called a silent killer. Why? Because the liver is such a resilient organ, it can keep working until it's about 70% damaged before you notice anything is wrong. According to the CDC, over 4.5 million Americans live with chronic liver disease, and many of them are completely unaware. By the time symptoms become obvious, liver damage can be irreversible. But the good news is that your body does give early signs if you know what to look for. In this video, I'm going to share the top 10 early warning signs of liver failure. I'll explain each symptom in plain language, tell you why it happens, and show you how to recognize it. If even one of these sounds familiar to you, I urge you to take it seriously. Early detection can save your liver and your life. Let's start with sign number 1. Chronic fatigue. This isn't your typical "I stayed up too late" tired. This is deep, persistent exhaustion that doesn't go away even after a full night's sleep. You might find it hard to concentrate, feel mentally foggy, or just feel like you're dragging through the day. Why does this happen? Your liver plays a major role in breaking down nutrients, detoxifying your blood, and producing energy. When it's under stress, your entire metabolism slows down. Imagine trying to run your car with a clogged fuel filter. You're just not going to get the power you need. That's what's happening in your body. Sign number 2 is yellowing of the skin or the whites of your eyes, a condition known as jaundice. This one is often associated with liver disease, but many people miss the early stages. It can start as a faint yellow tint in the eyes and may not be obvious under certain lighting. The yellowing is caused by a buildup of bilirubin, a waste product that your liver normally filters out. When the liver is damaged, bilirubin accumulates in the blood and shows up in the skin and eyes. I once had a patient come in for an eye irritation, and we caught early-stage liver disease just by spotting a yellow hue in the sclera. She had no idea anything was wrong. Now, sign number 3 is one most people never associate with liver problems: itchy skin. Especially if you find yourself scratching more at night or on your hands and feet. This happens when bile salts build up under the skin due to reduced bile flow from the liver. It's not dry skin or an allergy, it's internal. Patients often describe it like a crawling sensation or sand under the skin. If you're using moisturizer and still can't get relief, your liver might be the hidden culprit. Sign number 4 is a swollen or bloated abdomen, and not from overeating. If your belly suddenly looks or feels large, especially if it's firm or tight to the touch, you could be experiencing ascites, which is fluid buildup in the abdominal cavity. This happens when the liver can't produce enough albumin, a protein that regulates fluid balance. As a result, fluid leaks into the belly and can even press up on your lungs, making it hard to breathe. Some people mistake this for simple bloating or gas, but if the swelling doesn't go away or seems to worsen, it's time to check your liver. Moving on to sign number 5, easy bruising or bleeding. Have you noticed you're bruising more than usual, even from minor bumps? Or do you get nosebleeds more often? That's because your liver produces the proteins responsible for blood clotting. When it's not functioning properly, your clotting ability drops, and small injuries can lead to large bruises or prolonged bleeding. In my practice, I've seen patients blame these bruises on being clumsy, when in reality, their liver enzymes were dangerously high. Sign 6 might show up in the bathroom: dark-colored urine. If your urine is consistently dark brown, amber, or colored even when you're well hydrated, it could be a sign of liver distress. Again, bilirubin is to blame. If your liver can't process and excrete it through the bile ducts, it ends up being filtered through the kidneys and darkens your urine. A one-time occurrence may not be serious, but if this happens consistently, especially with other symptoms, it's worth investigating. That brings us to sign number 7, pale or clay-colored stool. Yes, poop color matters. Your stool should be medium to dark brown due to bile pigments. When the liver or bile ducts aren't working properly, your stool may look light, gray, or chalky. This means bile isn't reaching the digestive tract, which can point to a blockage or liver dysfunction. If you notice pale stools for more than a couple of days, it's time to get it checked out. Sign number 8 is nausea or a persistent loss of appetite. We all lose our appetite now and then, but if you're regularly feeling queasy, especially after eating fatty foods, or you're skipping meals without even realizing it, that's a red flag. Your liver plays a major role in digestion. When it's inflamed or scarred, it sends confusing signals to your digestive system. them. I've seen patients who thought they had a stomach bug or stress-induced nausea when the real problem was fatty liver disease. Now, let's talk about sign number 9, swelling in your legs or ankles. This one is subtle and often dismissed as a circulation issue or simply standing too long. But when the liver fails to manage proteins and hormones properly, it can cause fluid retention, especially in the lower limbs. A good test? Press your thumb into your shin. If it leaves a dent that lingers for more than a few seconds, you may have pitting edema, which is a possible sign of liver dysfunction. Finally, sign number 10 might surprise you. Mental confusion, or what many call brain fog. If you're forgetting names, misplacing items more than usual, or just feel mentally slower, your liver might be involved. This condition is called hepatic encephalopathy, and it happens when toxins, especially ammonia, build up in the bloodstream and reach your brain. The liver is supposed to filter these toxins, but when it's compromised, your mental clarity suffers. In some cases, this can progress to severe confusion or even coma, so early recognition is crucial. As a doctor, I can't stress this enough. These signs often show up gradually and are easy to dismiss, but together, they paint a picture of a liver that's struggling. I've had patients who ignored the signs for years: fatigue, a little swelling, some mild nausea, only to discover they were in the early stages of cirrhosis. If we had caught it earlier, their outcome could have been very different. So, what should you do if some of these symptoms sound familiar? First, don't panic, but don't ignore them either. Reach out to your healthcare provider. A few simple blood tests like liver enzyme panels and imaging like an ultrasound can give a clearer picture. In many cases, early lifestyle changes can dramatically improve liver function. That means reducing alcohol, maintaining a healthy weight, eating a balanced diet, and managing conditions like diabetes and high cholesterol. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking and sharing it. Someone you know might be experiencing these signs without realizing what they mean. And if you'd like to learn more about how to naturally support your liver health, check out the video linked here or in the description below. To wrap up, your liver is a vital organ that quietly works 24/7 to keep your body running. It filters toxins, regulates metabolism, stores nutrients, and even supports immunity. But when it's in trouble, it doesn't always shout, it whispers. If you catch those whispers early, you can often reverse the damage, but ignore them for too long, and the consequences can be serious. So please, listen to your body. That itch you keep scratching, that fatigue you can't shake, that swelling around your ankles, it might be more than just getting older or being tired. It might be your liver asking for help. And now that you know the signs, you can do something about it. Thanks for watching, and stay healthy.